What's going on, everybody? Let's Talk Jets Radio. I just woke up like 15 minutes ago, so I had all these alerts on Twitter. Saw Aaron Rodgers with his funny Egypt cat shirt, and I felt like, all right, we got the Jets reporting back to camp, some good vibes. And then, sure enough, I get to the alert that shows Haason Reddick has officially begun his holdout. And this entire situation is just beyond infuriating at this point, knowing that the Jets had that verbal or handshake agreement with Reddick's camp that he was going to be fine playing out the last year of his deal. Obviously, the Jets don't make this trade without knowing that he's fine with his contract. Just a terrible situation, a terrible look for the player, a terrible look for the organization. I don't know how the Jets could possibly go back and try to renegotiate his deal now. I don't think they're in position to do that with their cap space, with their future cap space, knowing they have so many young guys that they got to take care of. Reddick's going to be 30 years old. He's probably looking for a 3 or 4 year contract at $25 million per year. I don't know if the Jets could actually do that. And more importantly, to me, this reveals the character of the man. If he gave you his word that he was fine playing out the last year of his deal, and now, before even training camp, he already held out a mini camp, he missed OTAs, now he's not showing up to training camp, he's getting fined $50,000 a day. For him to just go back on his word like that after the team gave up draft compensation to bring him in, to me, that already right there is a giant red flag that there's absolutely no way I want you part of this organization long term. For you to pull that shit before you even put on the uniform, that's a fucking disgrace. And obviously, I don't want to keep going back to the Bryce Huff stuff. I feel like I bring it up every Haason Reddick video I do, but it's true. You have a young player, homegrown, in-house, that was getting better every single year. Fans were screaming to get him signed 2 years ago. You didn't do it, so then you had to make your panic move, and you go get a guy like Reddick, who, if you want to say for a win-now team, maybe it's an upgrade, fine. But we all knew that he was unhappy with his contract, and in today's day and age, the NFL is a business. You can't put anything past anybody. And again, it's hard to blame the team when the player gave you his word. But at the same time, like I said, it never should have came to this. The Jets had their young guy that they could have had for the next 3 to 4 years playing opposite Jermaine Johnson. Wouldn't even have to worry so much about Will McDonald. He can kind of just, stick in his role as, the third down pass rusher that comes in like Bryce Huff. But the fact that we're here now, and you wonder how this is playing out in the locker room too. A guy that hasn't done anything inside that locker room, now demanding a new contract when apparently he was fine with it when the Jets traded for him. To me, this is just such a terrible look. And again, as an organization, you can't go back. You can't reward a player for doing this. You can't do it. Whether or not Reddick deserves a new contract, and you could say that he's underpaid right now at $15 million based on his production over the last number of years, but that's not the Jets' problem. The Jets acquired a player that had 1 year left on his contract at $15 million a year, and he gave you his word that he was fine playing out that deal. So if he was unhappy with it, you say something before the trade, before the Jets give up their conditional third-round pick. Because now, at this point in training camp, most teams have their roster set. Most teams don't have a ton of cap space left. You're probably not finding anybody that's giving up any serious draft compensation on top of rewarding the player with the 3 or 4 year contract at $25 million a year. So this is just a shitty situation, a shitty way to start training camp. But I will be live tonight talking Jets. We'll be talking Reddick, talking Rodgers. So hope you guys join. Talk to you later.